I went ahead and did some more of the painting. And you see I got the yellow on the rudder, and I did some of the different shading to some of the panels, not all of them. You can see here it's a little darker. This is where I use the Testors Model Masters enamel aluminum, and I put some on this little oval panel here, the gun bays, up here on the panel after the exhaust. I also did this panel down here. I didn't do that on the other three, but I thought that'd be kind of fun. And the small oval panel, this little gun panel here. Same thing over here. Went ahead and painted the fuel caps. This one I just kind of free-handed, very carefully. I don't have a decal to do the centrifuge fuel tank. But anyway, so I got a lot of that done. Got the exhaust stacks painted up. They're all good. Did that with this is a set that I touched up. This is a different set. This isn't the one that was on the plane when I primered it. I found a pair of exhaust stacks that I'd already had sort of started. So the silver on the pipes is still the original molded silver plastic, but the darker shade around here is that titanium airbrush paint from Model Masters, and then I just did the back with flat black on a detail brush. Got the cockpit section painted, and put a little bit of zinc green back here, just to kind of fill that in. I think the black adds a lot more depth. When I originally did this plane, it was green. I painted it green in there, and it just made it look really shallow in there. And when you add the black, you can see here, kind of, sort of, especially when they're hanging up. Well, you can't really see it up here too well. It just adds some depth to it. So that's flat black. I'm going to add my little cheesy gun sight. I made out of a little piece of Lexan and some little plastic doohickey I found laying around. Okay, so according to the template, what we have is we're going to have two larger gauges, one up here, so top corners, and then a smaller one on either side of the instrument panel, and that's what we're going to start off with and work our way to the bottom ones. Looks like I may have just enough flat white to do this. Looks like we have to make a few trips. Alright. Well, I like to do one nice big trip to the hobby store and get everything we need. Very carefully, do my best to make the circle. It's never totally perfect. As long as I get it as close to being round as possible, it works for me. Well, it was a little rounder. Gonna botch that one a little bit. That top curve up a little. Come around here to the side. Like I said, if you happen to screw it up pretty bad, you can always go around it with black, kind of fix up the edges a little bit. Totally perfect. That's pretty close. There's a large gauge. It's a large Marge. I'm going to put the little small one on here. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. I have to get the gun sight in the way here. Kind of give you an idea how I do these. I'm not going to film all of them. You don't need to waste 15 more minutes of your time with me just standing here painting gauges. kind of give you an idea how I do this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of the decals on and show you how that goes. Yep, I kind of messed up here. I peeled the backing off. Oh, you can see this in the video here. Backing's off. There's a sticky side. I'm going to get it lined up. The reference I just looked at shows it to go right about here. Basically, this star isn't totally correct in size. Actually, I think the stock one is too big. This might be more accurate. Get it laid on. Start in the middle. Work around the edges. Try to get it down into panel lines real good. Okay, looks to be pressed on good. I'm just going to peel up a little edge here. Actually, let's do it from the front, so you can see it a little better. There we go. I kind of push down as I'm peeling too, just to make sure that it's staying on the surface. Because this top stuff's actually a little stickier than what they are most of the time. You don't want to just go and rip it off, because you'll pull the decal up, and when you do that you'll pull some of the paint. And just keep it down. Make sure I'm still in the camera here. Alright, getting there. Well, there you go.